broadcast happens to come from Disney.E71, who says, "Are you concerned that the Disney parks we knew might never be the same after COVID-19?" Tyler, let's start with you. This virus, this global pandemic, has changed so much about our daily lives already, and it's likely to dramatically change the way we travel and the way we interact, even from person to person, even long after a vaccine is probably discovered. What do you make of this type of a question? Are you at all concerned that Disney parks are not going to be the same after this?
I think that they will not. I think the forever part will work out in all of our benefit. Like things like maybe sinks that, give you a little more water and you don't have to touch them. Maybe more, Purell around, maybe just cleaning more often. But I think most of the negative stuff that's going to impact us for the next, months or year or whatever, I think that stuff will eventually fade away. But there is always going to be some type of change. I mean, after 9/11 happened, we all got used to security being at theme parks. And that, I think a lot of people forget that wasn't always a given. You didn't have to show your bag every time you went into Disneyland in the past. And at first it was really hard to get used to, but now we just kind of take it as part of the experience. I think most of the bad stuff will not be around forever. There will be some changes that do last for quite a while, but I'm not worried that we're going to have massive changes that just are part of our forever life now. I don't think that's actually going to happen.
Katrina, what say you?
The same. I honestly it's gonna be pretty strange, probably for my expectations probably a couple years. Yeah. Until they kind of figure out what's gonna happen, because Disney's a private property. They don't want anything bad happening. So I think they're just gonna take it little by little. They don't want to go back into like the normal life again. Like Tyler said, security is, now probably the new norm is going to be temperature checks. Who knows, and then I feel like it's just going to be there for a couple years until it starts flattening out again. And then things will go back to normal, because they can't get rid of fireworks forever. They can't get rid of parades forever. That's not Disney's way. So I can't imagine them just creating this new norm that we're just going to deal with for the rest of our lives, because I would die without fireworks.
We don't want you to
some
die.
Of these things.
I'll do it for a year or so, and I'll be like, all right, fine, I get it. Cavalcade, cool, no big deal. But not meeting characters, not seeing like little kids run up and hug them, and seeing those cute little videos where like little kids fall and then like Stitch falls down with them, and it's like, oh God, I can't see that happening for, having them like do away with characters forever, like, sure. To meet and greet.
And some of the things that are going to be changing might actually benefit us. Like, for example, the virtual queues like that they've been working on, because I love virtual queues personally. And every time I've ever used them, Universal uses them a lot. I've always enjoyed it. And I could see that being a mainstay for quite a while, if not forever. And I think that's a benefit for everybody.
I mean, Disneyland's kind of doing it right now with their fast pass systems. So I can totally see them doing it. For right now, they're doing the virtual queue, and then maybe later down the road, they might try to roll it out for like a longer period or something. I wouldn't mind it. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to wake up at like 4 a.m. trying to get a fast pass 60 days in advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No one wants to deal with that. No, ma'am. And Garrett, are you at all concerned that Disney parks are just not going to be the same after this? I mean, that warm touch of hospitality that Disney cast members are known for, it almost seems to me like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I get this feeling that coming out on the other side of this, when parks start to open up, and Katrina may be right, for the next couple of years, it almost seems as though cast members are going to be sort of deputized into just, rule pushers and people that are constantly asking you to stay 6 feet apart and to go ahead and use that Purell, and please put your mask on. And, they already do that with parades and stuff like that. But for the most part, you go about your day without a whole lot of instruction. Do you imagine that might play into the whole changes of what might occur in Disney parks after COVID-19?
Disney has always tried to push safety. It's their top concern. So I've no doubt that cast members will probably primarily do that, just because it's for everyone's safety. But even when you're in a ride, be like, rather than them doing what they have done in the past, which is, say, for example, on Rock and Roller Coaster, we're like, everyone push forward. Now it's gonna be like, everyone pull back. I imagine they'll do something similar to that. But no, they will be rule pushers, and they'll be a lot more like on it. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a necessary evil that we have to have. But going back to the original question, great question. I do not think it will be it forever. Walt said that the parks are ever changing and they'll never be complete, and they're always evolving, and that stands true here until a vaccine comes out. I imagine these rules will be in place, but after that, I imagine Disney will pull back a little bit on the rules, still keeping some of them there because they are necessary towards like moving forward. But the parks will not be like this forever. You will one day be able to hug your princesses. You'll be able to shake hands with Mickey. You'll be able to high five cast members. I know that's one thing I like is when I'm leaving the park, they're like high four, and like they have the Mickey glove on, you high four them. That's something that is a part of the culture of Disney, and I think it will one day return, but it probably won't be for a little while. I could at least see these new rules of like social distancing and not touching things going for easily a year. But remember, in the grand scheme of things, Disney parks have only been around 65 years total. So this is like 1 year in 65 years. That's a very small price to pay. But Disney will be back. It'll be better than ever, stronger. And I'm sure that Disney will make up for it in some amazing, spectacular way, because that's what Disney does.
I think, if anything, this entire experience on the other side of COVID-19, and for however long we have to experience what is going to be in effect, it's going to make us even more grateful for the Disney parks that we remember. And then when those potential things come back online for us in terms of older experiences and the ability to do things the way we used to, I think that when those things start to appear again, we will be so much more grateful for them, and hopefully just to have a bit of a better attitude when it comes to our Disney park going experience. Great question.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.